You probably think your eyes work like a camera, quietly recording the world around you, exactly as it really is. They don't. The truth is far stranger. Right now, as you watch this, your brain is hiding things from you, inventing things that aren't there, deleting parts of what you see, and switching your vision off completely several times every second. And you have absolutely no idea it's happening. What you experience as seeing is not a recording of reality at all. It's a story carefully constructed by your brain. So let's pull back the curtain on the strange, secret things your eyes are hiding from you. Let's start with something happening in your eyes right now. The lens at the front of your eye works like a magnifying glass, and it bends the light so that the image landing on the back of your eye is completely upside down and flipped left to right as well. That's right. The picture inside your eyeball is the wrong way up. So why don't you see the world upside down? Here's the mind-bending part. Your brain never actually rotates it. There's no little screen inside your head showing a corrected image. Your brain simply learns to treat this signal as up and that signal as down. In fact, when a scientist once wore special glasses that flipped his vision upside down, after just a few days his brain adjusted, and the whole world flipped right side up again, all by itself. Now for something genuinely unsettling. At the back of each of your eyes, there's a spot where the optic nerve plugs in and carries signals to your brain. And at that exact spot, there are no light sensors at all. None. Which means each of your eyes has a literal hole in its vision. A blank patch where you are completely, permanently blind. You should be seeing a black gap floating in front of you at all times. But you don't. Why? Because your brain quietly cheats. It looks at whatever surrounds the hole and simply paints over the gap with a best guess, seamlessly patching it so you never notice. You can actually catch your brain doing this. Cover one eye, stare at a single point, and a small object off to the side will completely vanish, swallowed by the hole your brain works so hard to hide. Here's one that sounds impossible. Your eyes don't actually move smoothly. Even when you think you're slowly scanning a room, your eyes are really jumping in rapid little flicks, several times every second, snapping from point to point. These flicks are called saccades. And here's the secret. During every single one of those jumps, your brain switches your vision off. It has to, otherwise you'd see a nauseating blur every time your eyes darted around. So it simply blanks the screen, then stitches the still images together into what feels like one smooth, continuous view. Add all those tiny blackouts up over a whole day, and it turns out you are completely blind for somewhere around 40 minutes every single day, and you have never once noticed. But this creates a problem. If your vision keeps blacking out, why doesn't life feel like a flickering, glitchy mess? Because your brain pulls off an astonishing trick. It edits time itself. To cover up each little blackout, your brain takes the first thing you see after your eyes land and stretches that moment backwards in time, filling in the gap so the blackout simply disappears from your memory. You've actually felt this without realizing it. Have you ever glanced at a ticking clock and the second hand seemed frozen in place for just a bit too long before finally ticking on? That's the illusion. Your brain backdated the image to cover the blackout and accidentally made that first second feel stretched. Your sense of time isn't a steady stream. It's quietly edited, moment by moment, to keep the story smooth. Here's something you can test right now. It feels like you can see the whole scene in front of you in crisp, colorful detail all at once. But that's a lie too. Only a tiny patch in the very center of your vision can actually see sharp detail and full color. An area roughly the size of your thumbnail held at arm's length. Everything outside that little patch is surprisingly blurry and almost completely drained of color. Don't believe it? Keep your eyes fixed on one word on the screen and try to read the words just a few lines away without moving your eyes. You can't. It's all a smear. The only reason the whole world feels sharp is that your eyes are constantly darting around, and your brain stitches together a fake, fully detailed picture from all those tiny glances. This next one is the most philosophical of all. Out in the world, there is no such thing as color. None. What actually exists is invisible light, traveling in waves of different lengths. A wave of one length isn't red, it's just a wave. Your eyes catch a few of these wavelengths and send plain electrical signals to your brain. And then your brain does something extraordinary. It invents the experience of color and paints it onto the world for you. Red, blue, green, the warmth of a sunset, none of it exists outside your head. It's all a private light show generated entirely by your brain. Which leads to a genuinely unanswerable question. The red that you see, is it the same red that anyone else sees? We may honestly never know. Your eyes are also wired up in a strangely backwards way. The light-sensing cells sit at the very back of your eye, but the nerves and blood vessels that serve them are stuffed in front of them, right in the path of the incoming light. That means you are quite literally looking out through a tangle of your own blood vessels all the time. You should see them as dark branching shadows across everything you look at. So why don't you? Because your brain has one simple, ruthless rule. Anything that never moves, it deletes. The blood vessels are always in exactly the same place, so your brain treats them as background noise and edits them out entirely. It does the same thing with your nose, which is always sitting right there in your vision, and you never see it because your brain decided it simply isn't worth showing you. And here is the strangest secret of them all. Light hits your eye, gets turned into signals, travels to your brain, and gets processed, and all of that takes time. A tiny fraction of a second, but real time nonetheless. Which means the image you're seeing right now is always a little bit out of date. You are, in effect, always looking slightly into the past. Your brain hates this delay, so it does something incredible to fix it. It predicts. It takes everything it knows and constantly guesses what the world looks like a split second into the future, then shows you that prediction as your now. So the world you see isn't the world as it is, and it isn't even the world as it was. It's your brain's best guess of what's about to happen. You don't see reality. You see a prediction of it. So here's the truth about your eyes. They are not cameras, and they never were. They're just simple light collectors. All the real magic and all the trickery happens in your brain, which fills in the holes, deletes the clutter, invents every color, edits your sense of time, and even predicts the future, all to hand you one smooth, convincing, beautiful picture of the world. The reality you're looking at right now isn't a window onto the world. It's a story your brain is telling you, updated millions of times a day, and so well made that you never once doubt it. Your eyes really are hiding an entire universe of secrets right in front of your face. If this rewired how you see things, hit like and subscribe. There's a new mystery every week. And I'll see you in the next one.